We just bought our very first field, $59,000, and the original plan I had was silage, but the equipment is too expensive for silage right now, so we are changing the strategy, and instead of silage we are going to try selling raw grass as is using a forage wagon. But we need to spend money, and we need to spend money quickly, because we are currently minus $384, and this is due to the interest rate on the $250,000 loan. Let's make some money. Why do I think silage is the wrong way to go at the moment? As I said, the equipment's way too expensive currently. We do have a mower, which is fantastic, and that's the first stage. Second stage, we would have to use a windrower, which they're not too expensive. The expensive part is when it becomes a baler and or wrapper. The balers are looking at sort of, for a round baler anyway, you're looking at sort of 40 to 50,000 plus. But then we've also got the time it takes to turn to silage, which off memory, and please do correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it is 2 months, possibly 3 months to turn to silage. So I think grass and selling it as grass using the forage wagon, as mentioned, is the best option for us right now. I think that's the best way to go, and obviously with grass you do not need to keep replanting or anything like that, so I think it's a winning situation. It's just going to be a slower winning situation, and the only risk we really have is it's less profit than silage, but it's really not an issue. As long as the money's coming in, it should be good, and it will be coming in, because I'll make sure it's coming in. Now, we have chosen to do some cultivating and fertilising. We are starting with the fertilising job. I cannot afford a bag of fertiliser, so this has to do this field. If not, we are going to have to stop halfway through and go to the cultivating job. Times are tough. Times are really, really tough. And this is what happens on a rags to riches style. At the beginning, you feel like there is just no progress, but I can assure you there is. Another job down, a little bit more money in the bank. We need to discuss what we need to purchase next and the priority of what to purchase. Now, obvious reasons, we need firstly a seeder, because we need to be able to plant. That, I believe, is about 40,000, yeah, just shy of 40,000 for the cheapest one. That's what we're working towards now. After that, we need the forage wagon, which is 30,000, but we have time between planting, the grass growing, and then needing the forage wagon. Thankfully, we don't need to earn all of that money instantly. Right, let's go do some cultivating. The fertilising jobs, you know, they're great, especially when you've got like a half decent spreader that can do quite a decent width as well. But they do of course cost money to do. Now, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. The cultivating jobs require zero investment to do. But they do take a while when you have a small cultivator. So, it's time-lapse time, bit of chill music. I've got quite a bit of work to be doing here, so let's blast some out. Another fertilising job completed. I've not yet collected the money. We are heading to the shop to pick up cultivator. We're going to field 87, which is quite a large field, so I'm going to put that on an AI worker just whilst I make my boys some tea and have some tea myself. So we are closing in on that 40,000 for the cedar, and we will have it, and we will plant by the end of this episode. Next episode, episode 3, things are going to be moving along at a much quicker pace with a steady income coming in. We have got the 40,000. We are going to buy cedar. 39.5. I don't think we need anything else on it. Weeder, no. Ridge marker? No. 900 litres. More than enough. To start with anyway. So, 39,500. We are down to 2,600, so we do need to buy some seeds. Get a little bit more in that one, so we'll go for this one. Let's fill her up. Now we just got to earn the 30,000 for the forage harvester. It would appear that I've underestimated how heavy this is. We 100% need a front weight. But for now, we're going to stick with it, get it planted, and we'll worry about that afterwards. Cornering is sort of non-existent at the minute. We are planting grass in our field. And it turns out, at the beginning, I got a little bit carried away, because the field to the right, I thought was ours. It's not. It's most definitely this one. Anyway, we have done so many contracts to get to this point, planting the grass, and we are finally doing it. But we now need to earn the 30,000 for the forage wagon. Once we have the forage wagon, contracts will almost not really be needed, with any luck, and fingers crossed. So I've just put this job onto a worker to discuss something. If we just hop into the shop and head to the construction tab, we can actually buy a very small sawmill. This is the size of it, as you can see. Now, do we spend the $36,000 on this to sort of get a bit of a head start with making planks, long ones and short ones? Or do we wait it out, earn the 300,000 and do it that way and buy the proper sawmill? Because if we do purchase this one here for £36,000, there is other purchases that will have to go with this. For example, we would have to get the front loader with the log carrying attachment. We'd have to get chainsaw. We'd have to get some mode of transport that can move the logs. Trailer is what I'm trying to say. So there is other purchases that will have to be bought. So the £36,000 is not accurate, because, like I said, you have to add on the additional purchases as well. Let me know what you think. It's just a thought. It may be a bad thought, and if it is, let me know, and we'll sort of decide over the next few episodes what the plan is. Field number 38 is the final field that is going to pay us over 10,000, and that is going to allow us to buy the forage wagon. We're nearly there. We've nearly done it. Let's get this cracked out. Who's ready to buy a forage wagon? Because I know for sure I am. But first, we need to accept the contract. 33,000, 11,000 for doing the contract. Forage wagon, yes please. We don't need any extension or anything. Lovely. Alright, before I forget, I want to quickly pop some fertiliser on our grass field. Before we advance time, there is another cultivating contract to do, and that's money towards a windrower. Let me get this done, we'll head back to the shop, and then we'll probably move over to November. Welcome to November. Okay, so the sun is rising, it is 20 to 8 in the morning. We are going to go and check our field, see how that grass is getting along. We are going to take the fertiliser with us. Hopefully, we can see some sort of growth progress. Let's find out. Tell you, it's not going to be long now until we start seeing snow on the ground. I see greenery, which is the sign I wanted to see. How are we getting on? Needs rolling, that's fine. Yield bonus of 72%, 50% fertilised, and it is at growth stage 2. So let's give it the 100% fertilised, up that yield bonus a little bit more. I think it will go to 98% because it's not been rolled. We don't have a roller, and I'm not going to purchase one yet, although we did have one in the used market, didn't we? But we passed up on that. Let's get this fertilised, and then we need to figure out what to do next whilst November passes. That shed up there in the distance, is that on our land, or is it on the field's land next door? Hush you, interrupting me. If that is on our land, and I haven't checked this yet, so I'm not sure if it is or not. If that shed is on our land, I'm going to see if I can sell it, and if I can, I think I may put a greenhouse there, or that small sawmill that we discussed earlier. Demolition mode? No. That's annoying. That is really annoying. Won't let us do anything with it, so I'm going to assume it's next door's field. Right, let's collect some money, and I've had a change of plan. $8k. Now, I think the best way to go right now, fast forward time to December, and then possibly to January. I want to harvest the grass field, sell the grass, see what money we've got left, and then potentially, instead of the greenhouse, potentially buy the small sawmill, because we do have a few trees on our land. We're actually going to have to keep skipping another month, so we've completely missed January. Sorry, we've completely missed December, now we are going to completely miss January. The grass has had zero growth during December and January, so we do need to unfortunately skip to at least February, and hopefully we'll see some growth. And we've just arrived in April. That is correct. Said April. I have skipped a lot of months, haven't I? It may have been a mistake, but we need to get this grass harvested, and during the months of December, January and February we had no growth progress. So April, it should be now at the final stage of growth and ready to harvest. Have I messed up skipping so many months? Only time will tell. I'm wondering if we can actually mow the grass and use the forage harvester to actually scoop it up at the same time. Or do we need to purchase a windrower? I guess we are about to find out. It would be nice if we could do it all at once, sort of thing. We are just going to quickly check. We are at the final grow stage. It looks like we are. And we are indeed. We've got some money to earn. Now, don't be expecting big bucks. This cow, man. Shush! Really? Please don't expect big money. Unfortunately, it's not going to work like that. I wish it would. Now, I need to change to a mower. Lower that down, switch you on. And we need to turn you on as well. Right. Moment of truth. Yes, we can. That is going to save us a lot of time. Let's get some grass cut. I certainly cannot lie. The money was a bit underwhelming. I thought we would have made sort of maybe... I thought we'd be set at about 11,000-ish, roughly. So if we take a look at the finances and just see how much we made exactly. Wait. Harvest income... 4,900. We didn't even make 5k. So I'm going to be honest, it's slow. So we definitely need to focus on expanding to another piece of land, ideally one that's, you know, either side of the field we currently have, or we're looking to baling and silage it. I'm going to have a think, but for this episode, I want to thank you very much for watching. We have still got a lot of work ahead of us. Stick around, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in episode 3.